People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for watching and tuning back in and all of them things there. Obviously, last night we beat Leicester City, another win in the Premier League. What's that, 10 or 11 on the bounce now in all competitions. So we keep the winning form going in a season, well, in a Premier League where every season the margins for getting top four between the top six now get smaller and smaller. We need to take points, considering when obviously we will drop. Well, we're taking 4 points now. It's fun and games. On one hand, these are the games you need to win, and we're actually doing it. But let's not be naive. We will lose again this season. We will draw again, and we will lose games we shouldn't have lost. I say that because you look at United, they got a draw against Chelsea. On one hand, that's a good result, considering they're not the best at Stamford Bridge and the form they're in. But that's 2 points dropped. Spurs have dropped points this season. Liverpool have had their bumps because they've all had to buck each other. We've got to go through that. What I mean by that is, obviously they can claw them points back. But when you look back in May and you look at they've dropped points or we've dropped points here or they've dropped points there, your competitors I'm referring to, these things make the difference. So we need to be a bit calculated. I don't believe in, we're out of the top six, we're going well, but if we keep it true, people, I want to get top four, but I don't believe we're going to get top four. I'm inspired week in, week out, and I really want it to happen, but my brain tells me we've got a long way from it. So by that, we need to just look at ourselves, look inwards, how we improve. And obviously, you look to your left, you look to your right. I just made a mare of that. You look to your left, you look to your right. Obviously, it'd be the other end for you guys. And then you look at where they are. But it's going fun and games, man. And you're seeing some players doing their bits, man. I mean, what I want to see lastly from Arsenal now is we're not playing perfect. On the scheme of things, on the face of things, better yet, I'm too fresh in that regards. Convincing performances, but if you look at Cardiff at the top of my head, Fulham and even Leicester, it's taken us. There's been periods in that game where we haven't woken up, where we've not taken chances, where we've rid our luck. Signs of a good team, you win games. We're learning how to fight, and I've been impressed with Arsenal. I've just have to give you guys my balanced opinion. We've still got some teething problems, like in the first 30 minutes against Leicester. If we do that against Manchester City, for example, forget it. The game's done. We rid our luck at times, and they probably had poor finishing. Things like that we can't really do. So we've got some improvement. Probably how we want to start games. Probably, if I'm harsh, I'm liking how we're scaring teams and bullying them in the second half. But you want to do that before half time. I ain't really seen us do that before half time too many times this season. It's nice to see the subs are coming off the bench and making the difference as well, but we shouldn't be relying on these things. So there's a lot of things we're doing good, there's a lot of things we're doing not so good. Defensively, we're improving, but we can do a little bit more. Ball playing, we're doing all right. Attackers are in good form. It's a feel-good factor. Midfield, Torreira and Xhaka seem to get better and better as a partnership game in, game out. So there's a lot to be positive about and improving. And even if you don't think we're going to get champs, this is simply what you wanted to see. You wanted to look forward to your team playing and no win, lose or draw. There's a certain level of performance they're going to put in. People are learning from mistakes. People are improving. And we're seeing that. Personally, I think it's going to be 3 years, 2 years now, including this, where we see Unai Emery, if he's still here, we can really see his full implementation of a side. But so far, so good. But I'm liking our game management. But for me, I think there's two things I really want us to implement. I want us to be a bit more dirtier, purely because you look at Chelsea and versus Manchester United on Sunday. Jose Mourinho, I can't remember the player, I think it was Herrera, forgive me, but someone went down, someone clearly weren't injured and they were milking it. You saw him bringing on subs, you saw him swapping subs, saying, no, Martial, you're not coming off, Rashford, you're coming on. That relies with the manager. If you go back to his Chelsea days, there was a game at Stoke away, I think it was Monday Night Football. The way they took the sting out of the game, when it's a little free kick, people going and getting water, people kicking the balls, people positioning themselves off the field so the ref has to call you back on. Smart little things like that to take the sting out of games. I saw Torreira and Mustafi specifically telling people to do that yesterday, but that's probably where we've got to go. And for me as well, probably the baddest thing, which, not even the baddest thing, but I don't even need to use the tactics board, I'm forcing it. Disregard this, yeah, people. Say we've lost the ball now, yeah? This is what I see City doing, and what I want to see us doing a bit better. I'm just chucking things around for decoration purposes. Let's say the ball is lost there, yeah. Let's say the ball is lost there, people, and he's got, just for argument's sake, he's got two options, yeah. The nearest person to the ball should press, and then you follow him with him. You press, you shuffle. You probably realistically should get him so then he can shuffle across. He would have to shuffle across. He would have to get goal side. But you see it, people. You quickly see how you can pin a side in. Obviously, there's more. Oh, I don't even know if I was holding it properly. But if we've lost the ball here, he goes to recover it, and we box them in. Obviously, there'll be the fullbacks on either side just to make it a bit easier for you lot. Shuffle across. You box them in. The nearest person to the ball has to win it. The nearest person, and then you shuffle across. Like you shuffle, you tuck in, you tuck in, you tuck in. That's what I don't see enough at Arsenal. It's improving. It's definitely improving than how it was under Wenger. But typically, just to show my diversity, let's just say we've lost the ball and we're going to recover it now. You'll see someone back the thing, but you might see someone there, you might see someone there, you might see someone there. And then he's free, he's free, he's onside, exclude him. He's now in a 2v1. Do you get it, people? Close people down, because if he's got a decent ability on the ball and he passes it to his goalie, for instance, his goalie can play it to him. If he's decent, that's a ball in. If his goalie's Edison, ball over the top, and we best hope Bellerin's quick enough to deal with that. Or ping it here, 2v1. He's got an option. I'm a fullback. I hated this, people, 2v1, because you're stuck. Do you go with him? You get triangled, he's gone. Or do you drop? What I used to do is actually just drop off, let them 1-2, and then my centre-back, I'd like to think he comes across and he'll follow him, and we'll do something like that. But you get the point, people. That's probably on top of everything else that we can just improve. I just want to see us, when it comes to winning the ball back, I'd just like to see our positioning improve a tiny bit more. But other than that, it's so far so good. We're not playing perfect, but it's pretty good to be an Arsenal fan at this moment in time. So credit to the players, credit to the manager, and long may it continue, man, because you're seeing it now. We've got 3 games in a week this week, and we've still got to play. We've still got to play the top 6 all of them again. We ain't even bucked United and Spurs and them sort of man there already. So these are the tests awaiting us. But so far so good. I've got nothing more to add. So let me get out your hair, people. Guys, DG, if you wish, comment, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.